Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Larry Vickers. We are located 30 miles north of Denver, just off of I-25. Now, as we get going today, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the history behind the truck we're going to look at. Freightliner was established in 1942. As years went by, in 1991, they started selling the mid-sized truck. In 2008, they started putting the Cummins engine into the specific truck. Now, Transwest started selling trucks in 1995. Then in 2006, Transwest launched the Summit Hauler conversion, which is on the M2 106s today. So with that being said, this is a 2020 Freightliner M2 106. The conversion is Summit Hauler. It is stock number 5N191491. This truck is metallic brown. Now, if we can zoom in a little bit, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but there is some gold specks in that paint, which really sharpens it up. As we start to walk around, the grills are uniquely designed for us. That is done by the C9 company. Now I'm going to pop the hood here. That is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine, 350 pounds of torque. It is combined with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. Now, the Allison company was established in 1909. So if you compare the longevity of Freightliner and Allison, we're talking about two companies that have been around a long time. So as we start our walk around the truck, on the front tires comes with these. These are tire balancers. Now, inside here are BBs with some oil. So as you pick up momentum and go down the road, this balances the entire rotating mass. Not only the tire, but the rim and the hub as well. So not only does that make for a smoother ride, it extends tire life by almost 40%. Now, as we take a glance here on the inside, the seats are the most comfortable in the industry. It is a very soft, breathable leather that is both heated and cooled. It comes with two 50-gallon fuel tanks, one on each side. Now, as we get to the rear of the truck, let's talk about U-joints a minute. The U-joints connect the drive shaft to the rear end. So basically, all the force and all the torque comes through this. This goes to this truck, this specific VIN number for this truck, as compared to this. This is the U-joint for a GMC Sierra 3500. So when you compare them, it's really not even close. I mean, which one of those is going to last longer? As we take a look inside from here, you can see that just like all haulers, the rear end does make down into a bed. And once we get to the other side, I'll show you how to put that up. From here, we can get a great view of the DVD player. The Summit Hauler conversion comes with the most storage capacity of any brand on the market. This is the front. This is rhino lining on the inside. There's the middle one. And the space between them is actually open.
So lots more storage.
A lot more storage. And you can also lock these up as well. Now since we're by the back tires, we're going to talk about brakes a little bit. This is the drum that comes with this truck. The M2 106s come with air brakes. So this is the drum. These are the shoes that come with it. So obviously these vehicles are designed to tow. So once we have 20,000 pounds behind us pushing us and we go to stop with our air brakes, this is what's going to stop you. As compared to an F350 hydraulic brakes, this. So compare those two. Again, not even close. This is a lot safer vehicle than this. It does come with a rear step right here. Let's drop that down to assist us getting into the back of the truck to hook up our trailer. Right there is the rear storage. Again, we have rhino lining up here on both sides. Now, most of the haulers are two-wheel drive, and where we live right next to the Rocky Mountains, I get questions on what can I do, you know, in case I get into snow and so forth and don't have four-wheel drive. Well, I'm going to show you an addition that you can do. These are auto chains. Now, I know that traditionally when somebody says auto chains, the first thing you think of is the tires, the chains wrapped around the tires. That's not how this quite works. This is hooked up right up here to the truck. So when the switch, you hit the switch up front, this arm is actually released. This is connected here. So this drops down and goes right by your tire. Actually, it's turned like this, so it's rubbing against your tire. So as the tire goes, these chains whip around in front of it, like this. Very similar to what school buses use. Now, we can't go very fast. They say 15 to 20 is about as fast as you want to go, so they're not going to get used a whole lot. But if you find yourself in a situation where we're having trouble getting out of it, they could come in very, very handy. As we talk about this specific truck even more, that's the Hensley hitch, also known as a trailer saver. And she's going to zoom in on those airbags right underneath it. So that trailer isn't going to be beating your truck up as you're going down the road, and vice versa. This one happens to be all set and ready to go for a fifth wheel. It is easily converted to a gooseneck. It's a matter of pulling out one simple bolt, putting in your gooseneck hitch, and away we go. One thing else unique about the Summit Hauler conversion is this is aluminum. That's not steel. So 10, 15 years down the road, that's not going to rust. As we pan down a little bit, underneath here is the hitch for a traditional bumper pull trailer. On the side is where we hook up our lights. This uses the Voyager system for backup cameras. You can hook an additional 4 cameras up to this if you need to do that. As we come to this side, our rear storage, and you can light those up. There's a switch in there, so if you're in there at night, you can see what you're doing. There's a gauge right here, Cherish. This gauge controls the air that goes to the hitch. So we're releasing or putting air in, releasing it right there, or putting more in to the hitch right there. This is our front one. We have a connection right there where you could hook up an air hose if you needed it to. As we take a look back here, here's the switch to raise the back seat. We do have a connection to hook up to a 110 plug if we need to. If we find ourselves in a situation tonight where we don't want to use the batteries, that simply takes the place of the batteries. Here's our DEF tank, 6 gallons. A couple of shots from out here from the cab. I told you that the seats were either heated or cooled. Right here is this. This is the conversion for the lumbar. So if you want more air in the back, right here's where we do that. And this is just our seat front and rear. And we can start the vehicle right here. So in the winter, if we wanted to start it, let it warm up a little bit before we got in, right there's where we do it. As we come around, if we get a shot right up here, those are they called jump posts. So if something happens and the battery dies, we don't need to tear a bunch of stuff apart to jump it. We just do it right here. Now on the engine, they have things color coded. So whenever we see yellow, that's something that we can check. For example, here is the oil, and on the other side, we see that yellow cap. That's where we would check our coolant level. The hood itself is very light and easily shut by simply using this latch right there. Now let's take a little bit closer look at the inside. So these come with what's called a wraparound dash. And the reason they do it this way is we can easily touch whatever we need to do. So the gauges are pretty self-explanatory. That controls the windows up there. Just a couple of the main features we need to look at. This is the engine brake. So if it's on medium, it's off. If you put it down, that's to low. So that affects 3 of the 6 cylinders when it's on low. And it's a true engine brake. So it not only restricts going in, but it also shuts the exhaust off coming out. So that is the low. On high, now we're affecting all 6 cylinders. Our backup camera is up here. Our backup camera is up here.
So when we have 4 cameras hooked up to it, that screen splits, correct?
It sure does. It'll go into quarters, or if you just have 2 of them up, it'll be cut in half as well. This is our dump valve. So if we want to let some air out of the back when we're hooking up a trailer, simply press that and that does that. This is the regen button. We probably won't ever have to touch that one because it's automatically set to regenerate itself. But the inside this is the Brule wood, they call it. A very comfortable seat, nice leather like I stated earlier. Down here is our trailer brake. And this is our climate control over here.
Do you want to give it a blast of that air horn?
Yeah, right up here is our air horn. That'll wake somebody up. So if you have any other questions about this one or any other vehicles on the lot, please feel free to give me a call. Again, Larry Vickers. My cell is 970-370-4067. The work number is 303-684-3404. You can email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com. Thanks for tuning in today.